It's just fantastic.
Captain's Log, Subdate 210604.7. As we've been forced to unhook Bork and start unneuralizing him, I've started to wonder if he'll remember his 4-week jaunt as a power coupling. If he does, we'll re-neuralize him after he's navigated us through this maze. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or Twat. Today we're going to start with a bit of audience participation. For this we go to Love Dr. Woo. I think it's manly for a female to order a steak. Crying emojis. You don't want no chicken tenders, oh none? As I don't understand anything written after manly for a female to order a steak, crying emoji, I'm going to use this as audience participation not to decipher the remainder, but for the women who watch these videos, hello. If you eat steak, like steak, enjoy steak, I want you to tell me down below what kind of steak you like, how you like your steak, and to those same people then please decipher the remainder of that tweet. And as we're here doing audience participation, this is for everyone. From Kelly, what was the most intense physical pain you've ever experienced? And for this, I've got 2 stories. They're going to be short, don't worry. The first, when I was 12, I played football at a local football club. During a rather rainy day, I went to take a goal kick, but I didn't have studded football boots. The pitch was very soggy, so I slipped and landed on my shoulder blades. But because of the way I landed, I couldn't breathe for about a minute. It was quite painful. The second one is also a football incident, because I was a goalkeeper. This one hurt quite a bit, because I was in goal, punted from point blank range with a football right between the legs. At that point, it was hilarious and agony. Tears, breathing, laughing. It was horrible. But small consolation, the hospital was literally a 10-minute crawl away from where I was, which would have only been a 1-minute walk had my feet actually functioned. So now that we've got the jokes out of the way, we are now going to dive into the first of the serial subjects. For this we go to zoosexual furs. Guess where this is going, guys? We #zoosexuals stand together against hate, proud of who we are and embracing sexual diversity and love in all forms and shapes. Happy Pride Month, everyone. #Pride. #Love is Love. #Zoo Pride with a picture of a beautiful dog wearing a rainbow flag as a cloak. Small problem here. It's the conflation of your criminal activities with the alphabet community, most of whom outwardly reject you, along with those who identify paedophilia as a sexuality as well. And because you annoy me so much, the moment one of you crosses that line and gets caught, I'm slapping you in an ISO cube, but I'm going to shrink the cube and not you. It's going to get quite painful quite fast. Moving away from that, but staying within the realm of what people think should be criminalized, we are going to go to serial flip-flop grifter swatter flagger Ian Miles Chong. That is a lot of titles for a very lofty position. It should be illegal to provide anything to the homeless. Disincentivize people from letting them screw up your neighborhood. Considering what many of us have had to endure for the better part of 18 months. Yes, sheeple crowd control has hit a lot of people very hard. The homeless were harmed then, and those who were made homeless were harmed because of it. My view is always, if I'm able to look after myself, because I have a very simplistic mentality here, if I have enough to pay my bills, I give to charity. If I can do well enough to be comfortable, then whatever I've got left over, if I can't put it in savings because I'm too lazy, I'm happy to give it away, or a portion of it and put some in savings. You should always seek to help others, if you can. Now yes, my slogan is No Lives Matter, but I do firmly believe in helping others so as to give them the opportunity to do better for themselves. I'm not entirely sure what has happened to Ian Miles Chong to make him so jaded towards the homeless. No doubt it's a rip-roaring story full of bullshit. But I will say, positions like this where you want to go authoritarian to disincentivize people from helping others is quite frankly unsurprising to come from the mouth of you. Moving on from that, we're going to go to a tweet from BitChute that links to an article or is an image of an article. This is a terrible decision by this court, but it will not prevent new media from becoming the new mainstream. So what has happened? Well, a Washington court has ruled that YouTubers are not members of the news media. For many of us, there are a number of issues with this title alone. One is, the news media is not a part of the news media. They are shills for whichever corporation they represent, and by extension the political bias that they represent. We know this because trust in media is at an all-time low. It's almost as low as Emmanuel Macron's approval rating, yet no one talks about that outside of France, do they? Another issue I take with this is, YouTube does in fact allow for creators to categorize their content as news. Many of us, myself included, do in fact report on the news. What I like to do is get multiple sources from different political perspectives, go through them, go through the evidence if able to find anything that isn't completely skewed by the article itself, and address it as fairly as one can. YouTubers and anyone using new media are going to become news media in the future, and they will be legitimately respected as such. Because, as earlier stated, no one trusts these people. Putting an obstacle in front of us, creators, just makes us want to shove it down your throats even more when we finally succeed. And we will succeed. So moving on from that, we're going to go to another one of these politically skewed individuals. For it, we need Nico Lull. If you don't know who she is, in a Bernie shirt, she did an OK Boomer video. It was quite the meme. Congratulations, Nico, on that particular meme. Now completely dead, and Nico Lull has actually forged out a career quite successful in fact. So much so that she recently on her YouTube channel uploaded a $2 million apartment tour. My new apartment. Shared this via Twitter. Congratulations on getting a, well, price tagged apartment. I don't know why people feel the need to flex this stuff, but you know what, dab on them haters. For many, she was regarded as an internet socialist, which seemed tad contradictory to what she is now flexing now. I know it's not really a flex, but it kind of come across as one as well. I watched the video. It's contradictory. Someone did in fact reply, what happened to tax or eat the rich? And thankfully one of her simps has said 2 million is not rich, which is fantastic news, because that's now my new goal in life, to make $2 million. Because I won't be rich. No, I'll just have $2 million. It's not rich at all. According to Vegan Alfonso, I'm guessing you're a vegan. You poor thing. Hypocrisy, thy name is Nico? Yes, it's Nico. It's quite funny. Congratulations on your success. Seems a tad strange to skew from what made you famous though. And what happened to the whole redistribution of wealth? I'm guessing you're not rich because you've got a humble 2 mil apartment. Alright, cool. We'll go and tell the oiks this when they get the first opportunity, and inform the plebs that their name means they can't own property. So to the final story, and this one's a bit controversial and interesting. I'm not going to address this from a free speech position. Many of you will have heard of Shiah For Christ. I have considered on multiple occasions of doing videos on her, but I think Cecil McFly has done the best video on her. I see no reason to add to that. Perhaps as a conclusion, but I'm not sure yet. Maybe at the end of the video I'll set a target of likes, and if it gets there I'll talk to Alex and see if we can make it. Many creators have felt that she should not be on YouTube because she has documented what can be considered, rightly so by the way, as child abuse. She has neglected her kids, she has wasted vast sums of money buying up equipment for her YouTube channel. She has prioritized a dead channel that never really did well because only people that watched her were those that hated her on Twitter and Kiwi Farms, and rightly so. People have principles when it comes to kids, people have principles when it comes to things like the OnlyFans and the baby carrot, and wasting money and prioritizing your channel over your family. So people have been tagging Team YouTube all week over this. At one point, Team YouTube themselves did reply, "We've confirmed it's not a violation of our policies," when it came to Jason, Shani's partner, threatening to physically assault a 12-year-old boy. Yeah, not a joke either, and no, I'm not playing the clip, but I will link the tweets down below as archive links. by all means check them out. Many people did streams covering what happened afterwards with all this, well, let's face it, controversy of YouTube not acting. And this is why I have to shine a light but not name the person who did this onto someone, which is kind of strange if I'm not going to name them, for this tweet. Trying to be a moral arbiter of what one can and cannot monetize for their content. Now, I had to use a Discord link, as you can see, an image even, because this particular person deleted their Twitter and YouTube as a consequence for the blowback, because their view was, Hater Nation should not be making money off the situation as it is morally wrong. My view is, I don't care who makes money off that. I really don't. My only interest is in the children's safety. And the situation with Shani got so bad that they got kicked out of their home for not paying rent. Every excuse was made. They blew several $100,000, which is astonishing. They got a new place. But finally we have a positive. Shani got yeeted 4 times at time of recording because she did try and create new channels, and people continued to flag it. They even flagged a Teespring. For the sake of it, this is not a free speech issue. Someone might say it is. Actually, it's a breach of terms of service when it comes to what we call child abuse. There is no free speech issue when it comes to this, and I know someone might try and make it. Bad takes about morals are bad takes. Take the licks and the lumps and move on. And as I really do like the person who made this bad take directly to you, hi, I miss you. Hope you're well. Now, as we're done, I do want to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I'm going to be streaming a political recap stream on the Moistski Live channel. We're also on Spotify, linked below. If I don't see you there, 9:30 PM GMT, have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend. And thank you all very much for listening. Oh, and 2,500 likes and I'll do a Shani video.